In this video, I'm going to talk about mechanical engineering jobs in Japan for foreigners. I'm going to introduce what kind of jobs, industries, and companies you can find in Japan after getting a degree or master of mechanical engineering at the university, and also how much salary you can expect in each industry. So after watching this video, you will know what kind of job opportunities you will have in Japan. Let's get started. Hi, I'm Mao Yamamoto. Some of you already know I had jaw surgery 2 weeks ago. I have a big gap in front, and also I still have jaw expander on the top in my mouth. So I just want to apologize ahead if my speaking is not clear enough. By the way, I worked in Japan more than 10 years. I spent most of the time in manufacturing industry. From my point of view, if you study mechanical engineering at the university, there are lots of job opportunities, particularly for foreigners, because Japan is manufacturing rich country. For example, Toyota, Honda, Canon, Yamaha, Panasonic, those kind of Japanese famous brands are all of them manufacturing companies. Basically, getting a degree of mechanical engineering gives you a lot of job opportunities. However, the problem is you have too many options. Maybe you don't even know what kind of industries there are in Japan. As a result, you don't know how to choose what kind of company you want to work for. I'm going to introduce what types of job titles you can work as in Japan after getting a degree of mechanical engineering, and also what kind of industry and company you can apply for. So after watching this video, you will know whole picture of job opportunity. Let's jump into it. 1. Mechanical designer. Mechanical designer makes a product design. Their responsibility is transferring customers' requirement into product design, which is drawing. At the same time, the drawing should be indicating how to produce product as well. So basically, mechanical designer needs to understand what customer wants and also what technically they can produce, then look into the best solution. Design process is quite different between B2C company and B2B company. If you work for B2C company, marketing or product development department makes the concept of the product in the first place. Then they will give you the rough design or image of the product. Then you start making the drawing. On the other hand, if you work for B2B company, you need to work with customers. You need to get the information from the customers about what size of product they want, what specification is required. Then you start making the drawings. English skill is required if you work for a global company because you need to talk with your overseas colleagues on daily basis. And also you have the opportunity to work in other country if your company has branch design center in other country. 2. Mechanical engineer. Mechanical engineer is responsible for development and implementation of manufacturing methodology. In other words, transferring requirements on the drawing into achievable production process. Their output is handing over machines and tools and also production manual to operations. There are lots of various types of production processes such as press, turning, machining, chemical coating, welding, resin injection, heat treatment, the assembly, testing, etc. You will be required to be specialized for one of those processes because each one requires deep understanding of engineering. New product introduction is one of the most important tasks of mechanical engineer. You need to decide how many machines and toolings you need to buy for new product, and also you need to check how long it takes for delivery to the factory. Once they arrive to the factory, you need to launch them and make a test piece, test it, feedback to the machines, adjust it, then complete implementation by deadline. If you are looking after overseas factory, you have lots of opportunity to go to business trip in other country. And also you have opportunity to work in other country as well. 3. Quality assurance engineer. Quality assurance engineer is responsible for implementing quality control procedure and maintaining product quality during production. And also they need to communicate with external stakeholders such as customers and auditors. If you work for a global company, you will be required to make English documents. So English skill is required. And also you have the opportunity to work in other country in this position. 4. R&D. R&D is developing future technology to make a long-term benefit to a company. They are looking into future technical market trend like electrical car versus petrol car. And also they are trying to resolve the deep technical issue in the market. Basically, they are not working towards customers' requirement. So their daily work is like designing, making a test piece, test it, feedback into the design. They keep doing this PDCA cycle. Then at the end of the day, they introduce new technology internally as their outcome. Normally in this position, you don't have opportunity to work with overseas colleagues because normally R&D is quite confidential and centralized into the one place. There are not so many opportunities for foreigners. However, I saw some foreigners working in this position. So if you have enough skills and experiences, or you are lucky enough, you may have some opportunity to work in this position. But again, you don't have opportunity to work in other country if you work for this department. 5. Service engineer. Service engineer is providing technical support to customer after selling products. You may be required to visit the customer to physically look into products or machines or systems. Basically, in this position, you look after only domestic customers. In some companies, this position is recognized as good practice for fresh graduate because you can hear directly customer's voice. And also, once you get into the company, you will be treated same as Japanese employees do. So you may be allocated into this position as the first place. How was the scope of mechanical engineering jobs in Japan? Is there anything interesting for you? Moving on to industries and companies. There are way too many industries and companies in Japan, so I don't have enough time to introduce everything in one video. So I'm going to introduce 4 categories of manufacturing industries where mechanical engineering graduates can work for. Let's jump into it. A. Transport machines. This category includes automotive, train, ship, aerospace, agriculture, machinery, plant. This is typical industries for mechanical engineers. Popular companies in this category are Toyota, Nissan, Honda, Subaru, Mitsubishi Heavy, Komatsu, Kubota, Kawasaki Heavy, IHI, Fanuc, Makita, Denso. Obviously, this is not everything. There are much more big global manufacturing companies here, including B2B, B2C, and also B2G, which is government. Basically, in this category, you have massive job opportunities. In most of companies, you are in demand as a mechanical designer, mechanical engineer, and also R&D researcher as well. Average annual salary in this category is 6 million to 7.5 million Japanese yen, compared to overall average salary in Japan, 4.5 million Japanese yen. Relatively, this is quite good salary. B. Electronics precision machines. This category includes TV game, home electronics products, heavy industry, medical machine, semiconductor. Popular companies in this category are Panasonic, Sony, Hitachi, Sharp, Mitsubishi, Fujitsu, Canon, Nikon, Toshiba, NEC, Ricoh, Murata, Nihon Densan, Kyocera, Olympus, Thermo. This category is similar to previous one, but slightly design is more important. As an engineer, you may have to follow marketing or design department rather than making the drawing by yourself. However, apart from that, quite similar to previous one. Average annual salary is 6 million to 7.5 million Japanese yen. Again, this is quite good salary. C. Home goods. This category includes food, fashion, interior, toiletry, cosmetic, pharmaceutical. Popular companies in this category are Ajinomoto, Nissin, Meiji, Lotte, Nippon Ham, Yamazaki, Calbee, Morinaga, Glico, Santry, Kirin, Asahi, Kao, Lion, Shiseido, Takeda, Asteras, Daiichi Sankyo, Nitori, Ryohin Keikak, Fast Retailing, Asics, Mizuno, Shimano. As you can see, they are B2C companies, which means product concept and marketing are more important than mechanical engineering in the first place. Most of those companies are mass production manufacturing companies, therefore, mechanical engineer is still important. However, the power balance between engineering and other departments is quite different from previous two categories. In other words, mechanical engineer is still important, however, relatively, it's not so important like the other two previous categories. Average annual salary in this category is 4 million to 7.5 million Japanese yen, quite a wide range. Fashion, interior, and some food industries are not so very high salary. On the other hand, beverage and pharmaceutical are quite high salary. It really depends on industries. D. Energy materials. This category includes petrol, gas, electricity, metal, glass, paper. Popular companies in this category are Teijin, Toray, Tokyo Denryoku, Tokyo Gas, Sumitomo Kagaku, JFE, Nihon Seitetsu, Furukawa Denki, AGC, Hoya, Oji Holdings, Bridgestone. Chemical engineer is important in this category. However, mechanical engineer is also important for building and maintaining production line. I don't think you have the chance to be involved in R&D or product development stage. However, you are key function for building production line. Average annual salary in this category is 5 million to 8 million Japanese yen, quite wide range. Textile is quite low, petrol is quite high, but the rest of them is quite similar. I introduced 5 jobs and 4 categories. I would like to share one more tip for how to choose industry and company. When I choose industry and company to work for, my first priority is who really need me. In other words, where I'm in demand the most. For example, I joined home goods manufacturing company in the first place after graduating university. Then I was allocated into production planning department. However, in this industry, production planner is not so important because production wasn't so complicated. Design, marketing, and sales are more important. Then I looked around at other industries, then I realized engineering manufacturing companies are more demanding production planner because their production is much more complicated. In fact, Toyota company production planner is one of the key functions in their company. Then they are recognized as the key decision makers. What it means by that is if you can put yourself into high demand environment, you're gonna have a lot of opportunities. It doesn't mean you have to put yourself into the busy environment and you need to work hard all the time. I don't mean it. What I want to say is if you are in demand at the workplace, much easier to find satisfaction in your work. I recommend looking for the place where you are in demand the most. To get into the right industry and the right company, you need to practice for Japanese job interview. In fact, I'm sharing Japanese job interview tips, business manner, Japanese work culture. You can find lots of videos about deep dive training on my channel. So don't forget subscribing if you haven't already. If you enjoyed this video, smash the like button. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye for now.